Right now, as you watch this, 95% of ATM transactions worldwide are running on code written in 1959, and there are fewer than 2,000 people left alive who truly understand how it works. This is Cobol, the zombie language that refuses to die. And if you've never heard of it, that's exactly the problem, because right now, banks are paying up to $300 an hour for programmers who know this ancient language, and they still can't find enough of them. Hey, and welcome to PandaProgramming. If you love tech history, legacy systems, and understanding how the digital world actually works beneath the surface, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button. We're diving deep into the languages that built our world and refuse to leave. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you why Cobol dominates global banking, what makes it so impossible to replace, how we almost lost civilization because of it twice, and why learning it in 2025 might make you rich. But first, we need to go back to 1959. It's 1959. Computers are massive, expensive, and each one speaks its own language. There's no standard. Writing software for business is chaotic. Enter Grace Hopper, Rear Admiral in the US Navy and one of the most brilliant minds in computing history. She had a radical idea. What if we made a programming language that reads like English? What if accountants and business people could understand the code? She called it COBOL, Common Business Oriented Language. And it looked nothing like other programming languages of the time. While other languages looked like alien hieroglyphics, Cobol was designed to be readable by non-programmers. It was verbose, explicit, and incredibly stable. Throughout the 60s, 70s, and 80s, Cobol exploded. Banks loved it. Insurance companies loved it. Government agencies loved it. Why? 1. It was readable. You could hand Cobol code to an accountant and they could follow along. 2. It was stable. Cobol programs ran for decades without crashing. 3. It was perfect for processing massive amounts of financial data. By 1997, it was estimated that there were 200 billion lines of Cobol code in existence. To put that in perspective, if you printed it all out, the stack of paper would reach the moon twice. Cobol became the invisible foundation of the global economy, and then everyone forgot about it. December 31st, 1999. The entire world is panicking about Y2K, the year 2000 problem. The issue? Decades of Cobol programs stored years as 2 digits to save memory. 99 meant 1999. But what happens when the clock hits 00? Would computers think it's 1900? Banks thought they'd lose all transaction records. Airlines feared their booking systems would collapse. Nuclear power plants? Well, let's not think about that. Companies scrambled. They dragged retired Cobol programmers out of retirement. They paid them insane amounts of money. Some contractors made over $1 million that year. And you know what? They fixed it. Millions of lines of ancient Cobol code were patched. Disaster averted. The world moved on. But Cobol didn't go anywhere. And we didn't learn our lesson. March 2020. COVID-19 shuts down the world. In the United States, 30 million people file for unemployment benefits in just 3 weeks. And state unemployment systems start collapsing under the load. Not because of traffic, but because they're running on Cobol code written in the 1970s. New Jersey's governor goes on live TV with a desperate plea. Quote, "If you know Cobol, please help us." Their unemployment system was running on code that was 43 years old. Nobody currently working for the state knew how it worked. New Jersey wasn't alone. Connecticut, Kansas, Rhode Island, all scrambling. Some states were processing claims manually because they couldn't update the code fast enough. This wasn't a theoretical problem anymore. Real people couldn't get unemployment checks because of code written before the internet existed. Okay, so what makes Cobol so special? And why can't we just replace it? Here's a simple program in Python, a language from 1991. Define, calculate interest, open bracket, balance rate, close bracket, return balance times rate. Clean, simple, 7 seconds to understand. Here's the same thing in Cobol. Notice anything different? Cobol doesn't just calculate, it declares divisions. It explicitly defines data types with arcane precision. PIC9 open bracket 9 close bracket V99 means a number with 9 digits before the decimal and 2 after. But here's the really weird part. Cobol was designed for punch cards. The code has to be written in specific columns. Columns 1 through 6 are for line numbers. Column 7 is for comments. The actual code? That only goes in columns 8 through 72. If you put a character in the wrong column, the whole program breaks. There's no find and replace, no autocomplete, no Stack Overflow answers. Just you, a mainframe terminal, and a 1,000-page manual from 1985. So why not just rewrite everything in a modern language? Great question. Let's talk numbers. In 2012, Commonwealth Bank of Australia decided to do exactly that. They would replace their Cobol core banking system with a modern platform. 5 years, $5 billion, and they only partially succeeded. The problem isn't just translating code, it's understanding what the code actually does. Imagine a banking system with 50 million lines of Cobol, no documentation. The programmers who wrote it retired 20 years ago. The code has been modified hundreds of times by dozens of people. Now imagine you change one line and accidentally tell the system to multiply account balances by 0.1 instead of 1.0. Congratulations, you just vaporized 90% of everyone's money. This is why the big banks keep Cobol. Not because it's good, but because the risk of replacing it is catastrophic. One bug could mean billions in losses, or worse, a total system failure. So they maintain it. They pay top dollar for the few people who understand it, and they pray nothing breaks. Which brings us to today, and the Cobol gold rush. Right now, Cobol programmers are charging between $150 and $400 per hour. Companies are desperate. Some are offering sign-on bonuses of $50,000 just to get someone through the door. But here's the crisis. The average Cobol programmer is 55 years old. They're retiring, and almost no one is learning Cobol to replace them. Universities stopped teaching Cobol in the 1990s. Why would they? Everyone said mainframes were dead. Everyone said the cloud was the future. But those mainframes never went away. And now we're staring down a knowledge extinction event. By 2030, experts estimate that 70% of current Cobol programmers will have retired. And there are maybe 1,000 new programmers learning Cobol each year for a market that needs 10,000. So what happens then? Companies are trying everything. AI-powered Cobol to Java converters? They work sometimes, but they can't understand the business logic embedded in decades of custom code. Training programs are popping up, trying to create a new generation of Cobol programmers. But convincing a 22-year-old to learn a language from 1959 instead of React? That's a tough sell. The irony is beautiful. We spent 30 years chasing the newest, shiniest frameworks. JavaScript libraries born and dead in 6 months. And the whole time, Cobol just kept running. 220 billion lines of Cobol code still exist. 43% of banking systems are built on it. 95% of ATM transactions touch Cobol. 80% of in-person credit card transactions, Cobol. Cobol isn't dead, it's immortal. So here's my question for you. Would you learn Cobol for $300 an hour? Is it worth diving into a 60-year-old language for financial security? Or would you rather bet on the next new framework? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I genuinely want to know what you think. If you enjoyed this deep dive into programming history, hit that subscribe button and smash that like button if you want more videos about the forgotten languages that still run our world.